Welcome, welcome viewers to ASRNZ round 7 Suzuka GT3, and welcome with me, as always, Davo. Welcome, mate.
Oh yeah, cheers, farmer, and thanks to viewers tuning in on our Twitch or on YouTube or however you're tuning in tonight. Yeah, what do we got here tonight, farmer? Round 7 at
Yeah, round 7, mate. Suzuka
Suzuka. Back,
Enduro, hour and a half.
we've got back to the Enduros with a 90-minute race, and what a top track for an Enduro, I reckon, farmer. Suzuka, what a classic place to race a long race at, man. What an epic and awesome track.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, not sure if I like it or not, Dave. I'm on the fence about the track.
Okay. Is that with the past
uh,
experience?
Past
Is that
experience, I guess, with outcomes maybe, but
fair
yeah,
enough?
no,
Fair
it's
enough. I'm hearing you.
she's a decent sized track, a good 2 minute lap, so
It is.
yeah,
It is a
great
big
track,
place.
good track for an enduro, and it does flow well once you do get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Definitely. But
definitely does. Might
they'll have
just
their work cut out for them tonight, that's for sure. And I think the boys are in driver brief at the moment, or pretty close.
yeah, they are both. I
So
might just bring up the
let's have a quick look at the
points
points.
after the 6 rounds we've had so far.
Okay, last round at Laguna. That was a bit of an up and down race for a couple of the boys.
Yeah, it was. And we've still got Josh creeping away a little bit again there. John still second, sort of unchanged at the top there. Aztec. Glenn's coming up, I think, advanced a couple. Stevo's still strong in 5. Crosby, BK, Ashley, Perko
Climbing back
climbing
through the
back
field.
again after missing
Yep.
around in a shocker, and then Josh going to 10.
Yeah, and standout there
Um,
is probably Josco and BK there,
BK there, yeah,
both
punching.
pro-am drivers, just sneaking their way up into the top 10 there. So good work from Mark and Blair there. So awesome work, yeah. 11th and right, Aaron, I think, had a disconnection last week at Laguna in the second race. Damien Jones, I don't think, had
He just had a
even
shocker, I
race.
think.
He's
Yeah.
yeah. And 13th we got Carlo. We have 14th Jake McKellar, Kenny Simpson's in 15th. All these pro-am drivers. 16th Anthony Chesa, Bear Grylls 17th. Troy Wilson in 18th, and is it Brendan B Dog 19th, and Pete Aspie in 20th. So
Yeah, well done.
mostly pro-am drivers with a bit of a splattering of pro-am and am drivers for the rest of the field. Um, Obviously some inconsistent uh, turn-ups there, probably down lower in the field. They're not guys that, pretty well aren't racing every race, for work reasons, no doubt.
Yeah, that's right. And
So we see
it's all good
we
stuff
got the
there, mate.
boys
And we're
rolling
just
out there
watching the
now.
boys there out on track at the moment, just circulating around. 12-minute qualifying for the Enduro. Yeah, usual suspects, I think, in practice again, Davo. Just sort of
Oh,
at
yeah,
that end.
pretty well. Yeah,
Yeah, your Croslands and Josh were up there. I think
yeah, the JBs, the
JB,
Aztecs,
yeah.
and the Glenos as well. So,
I noticed
um,
the Ashley Ferrari was strong in practice prior, and also Aaron Enright too. So
yep, Aaron
um,
doing well, and actually, Steve Melling wasn't doing too bad in the Audi, and also Josco, the Josco train. Doing okay in the Lambo.
Okay, excellent. Just keeping an eye on
Great track. Who we got? Who we got there,
Steve-O. Just
Farmer?
got Steve-O on screen at the moment there, and
Mr. Melling. Have a
just
look at Mr. Melling's car. Oh,
off the bat there, Dave, noticing the...
is that change? That's a change of livery
I
there.
think so. The Castrol signs have been struck from that car, mate.
Okay, it's in Castrol-y sort of colours, but no Castrol signage to be seen there. Maybe that's the checks bounced.
Checkers bounce.
The checks bounce, Castrol Audi. Well, there you go.
I'll have to get a word with Steve-O maybe at some stage over what's going on there.
We must get a word with him. But yeah, definitely hasn't done anything for its performance at all anyway. So I think there's no great loss there. I think he's doing okay in practice. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight.
Yeah, we'll be.
Car looks good too.
Yeah. Did I see a Nick Davidson in the field? Did he race with us? Oh, he did race with us last week.
Yeah, so
yeah,
Davidson,
so he's come back
first
again
race
too.
last week, was it?
Yeah. And our mate Cameron May is with us tonight as well. So great to see these boys coming back.
Yeah, and so yeah, some good performances there actually, particularly from May at least. Anyway, we've seen him here for a few weeks now, and definitely sort of climbing the ladder progressively throughout the round. So doing well, Cameron. Davidson didn't do too bad last week, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes here tonight. Kept his nose relatively clean at Laguna, so yeah, goes well.
I think he's just pulled out of that lap there with Perko right on him.
Ranging up behind, yeah. Well, that's an intimidating beast. That Perkins Mercedes when it comes to ripping up behind you like that.
Just keep an eye on Perko as he does go through. I think the last sort of section here. The time's starting to come up on the board there now, Davo. Just Josh straight to the top. Glenn and John straight in there. Perko boom in the second.
Perko just slipping up into second there just to upset the Apples. Aztec in fifth. Josco in sixth at the moment. BK in seventh. Bear Grylls in eighth. I'm sure that'll change as McKellar sneaks up a little bit there as well. So yeah, quickly changing as they start to complete their first flying laps.
So
Notice,
I guess just thinking there, Davo, with 2-minute lap, you actually don't get a lot of. You've got to outlap. Plus the time it took you to drive in the pits, you don't actually get a lot of hot laps in, do you?
No, and it's not. Yeah, well, and saying that, I suppose they don't really have the time to go and get a new set of tyres either, do they? Given that short amount of time, as we see them do on some of the tracks, you know, they'll jump back in and.
That's right.
Re-rubber the car.
You have to drive back in here, so.
Absolutely.
It'll take a lot longer than just pulling over.
Oh, for sure. And obviously another problem with the 2-minute lap and in qualifying is that you make a little mistake early in the lap and it's pretty well blown. That X amount of minutes of your time in qualifying as you circulate round for the rest of that broken lap. Yeah. So
it's very frustrating actually when you do that, especially at turn one.
That's exactly right.
And just seeing Perko, we're looking at there just raging up on the back of Josco.
Very nicely. I've just been trailing on Costin's car as he comes across for a fly. He's like He's well up on his lap. A second.
Sorry,
That puts him in fourth position
where's Crozzy?
in the Mercedes.
Right.
So yeah, I was just interested to see him so far back. That's why I just picked up on him on the back end of that lap.
Right.
But he's put that car across for ninth, fourth position, and then pretty well put it off track immediately after it. So look, it's like a lot of these guys are just hitting their mark and then cycling the cars down pretty well straight away. These fast guys.
Yeah,
I
nice. And
noticed
see
that.
Aaron there put in a good lap. Let's take up. John's dropped back
Yeah.
down now and just having a look at where he's at. He's not on a good lap at the moment either. So we've got Glenn showing a bit of promise at the moment there. Half a second.
Yeah, he's got a
May
good.
get him up there. Actually 0.6 now. So this will put him
Yeah,
equal with Josh if he can carry this through.
he's got 0.8 on my
0.8
data there
he
at the
has.
moment.
Yeah.
That's well up on his previous time
It's really coming
at
on for him
0.8.
here. Just keep an eye on this. We're also on track showing any promise Aztec with a little bit of promise too. So Aztec could jump Crozzy. Just watch that as well.
He could easily, given his time at the moment, his gain at the moment, could easily jump Crossy and Enright there as well. Obviously, just getting a bit tangled up behind
John
JB's
Boy.
car of
John Boy
all
needs to
cars to
just
get
kind
tangled
of.
up.
John Boy's not on a hot lap, hey? He really needs
Not
to.
at all. He's dawdling across to
There we go. Where did Glenn go through to?
Aztecs.
Aztec. Oh no, Glenn through to third.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a funny feeling that was a better lap, Farmer. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there was a bit more in there. I honestly do too. There, he was. Yeah, it was a little bit unlucky actually, and obviously it was the final couple of turns there.
Yeah,
John
yeah,
knew it was hammer
definitely.
down time. Ashley there. What happened to Ashley? I just saw his little green light shine up there. Top 10 at the moment. 2 minutes 40 to go.
Yeah, as the clock winds down.
Not too much promise on track at the moment.
Nah,
Actually, with what the information that we've got here in front of us, no one's actually on a better personal better hot lap than what they've already achieved. So
isn't it interesting? It's a totally different track. It demands, obviously, a different mindset in qualifying, as we were just discussing, just on the tyres and, you know, how you can damage a lap very early on and take up a lot of your qualifying time. And I just wonder whether these guys have just, you know, just put that last little drop of energy and concentration into these laps, and then they just cycle down from it. They've had it, you know, like just roll back to the pits.
yeah, and I just wonder whether you're able to maybe cycle the tyre, or whether that's essentially played a little part in these guys' laps. See Glenn's coming around to go for another one there. I just saw John Boy backed right out of it in the background, and I just wondered whether he was going to have another go. He had plenty of time to get to the line.
So what's he
Looked like
got?
he
Glenno's
was.
got what, a minute and
This will be his
a little
last
bit.
lap. Yeah,
So it'll give him that lap, won't it? This lap.
that's right. And John's gone for it too, but he's instantly got a car in front of him.
Yeah.
So that's not going to probably factor. So Josh actually showing a bit of time
Josh,
now.
well up, sparks flying from the back of the Datsun there as he runs out of Spoon and down the back straight.
Yeah, once again, Josh driving it nice and on the edge, using all the track.
Yeah, definitely. Very fast through there. Down into the final little chicane there. Casio, I think they call it.
This is a good
And
lap, Davo. This is a good lap.
this is fast.
This
Watch
is a
this.
fast lap. Yeah, look at
Bam.
that.
Look at a
Ah,
couple of tenths there, straight up.
way to go, straight to the top.
Yep. Gleno back in the
So
pits.
that's
Perkins still
timers
out on
up.
track.
Whoever's on track
Yes.
is on track. Anthony Chesnut just coming across the line there. Mike Gain, couple of spots. He does advance into 14. Tucked in there behind Stevo, actually noticing outside the 10 tonight in the LD.
Okay, well,
Although he is on a lap, he does have a bit of potential on him at the
I
moment
see
there,
that.
mate, as he's coming
Yeah, I'm just
through.
watching him in front of Perkins. There's
What's he going to
Perkins ranged
do?
up on him there.
Actually, this could get him a little bit. This could get him into the 10.
Oh, he needs it.
Oh, he might have lost a bit out of that final section there.
Uh,
And he's gone 12, so he advanced to 1.
yeah, tough gig for
Tough gig
Stephen.
for Steve. And I wonder if maybe that's financial situation has maybe cut him short a tyre or two, something Davo.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it, without
He's
the signage on that car, whether
does.
that's impacted the speed.
We'll have to.
Time will tell. We'll have to.
Time will
We'll have to
tell.
get Steve-O down.
We will.
Maybe sometime tonight.
I'm thinking we actually might have a chat to him on the outlap, mate. I got 2 minutes to drive round on their warm-up lap. Might be a good opportunity for us to have a yarn to somebody, or even to somebody's.
Quick chat. Sounds good. There you go.
So there you go. That is
Quali
quali
over.
over. And we see on the top of the time sheets, once again, Josh, 2 minute point one, Perco and P2 with Glenn and Aztec up there on the second row. Aaron and Crosby, row 3, John Boy and Cameron May.
Cameron May.
Yeah, great, 8th
Top
place.
10. Great
Yeah.
qualifying.
And
Nice.
then Jake and Kenny as well, mate, for the 10 for row 5. So that's excellent stuff by those guys.
Awesome. Yeah, geez, the bottom
Um,
half of that top 10's well mixed up. That's awesome.
Actually, even just noticing B-Dog there, out qualifying
Yep.
Ashley and Stevo,
And Stephen.
Josco, and well done. 15 goes to Anthony Chesner, BK. These guys are down where they should be, Davo.
Aren't
This
they?
is a little bit different.
That is mixed up,
Um,
isn't it?
what do we got after that, mate?
Yeah, well, it's like you were saying, it's all mixed up. We got BK in 16th, the new guy Nick Davison in 17th, doing pretty well in front of Aspie, Bear Grylls, Ryan, Troy Wilson, and Carlo. You know, all these boys below Davison there have, been around for a little while and, know their way around one of these cars. So well done to Davison to put his car in 17th there. I think it's one of the Bentleys. So keep an eye
Is actually,
out for that thing.
yeah.
But
Little
yeah,
trio of
interesting.
Bentleys there, actually. Yeah, David, 16, 17, 18.
There is,
Yeah.
there is. But yeah, apart from I mean the usual suspects up in that, probably top 5 or 6 or maybe 7. Big mix up from there down. The midfield is not how we would normally see it. So, but endurance race tonight at
Yes.
Suzuka.
Yes, you're right.
Big race, big track, about 18 corners. It's long.
Anything can happen. Compulsory pit stop, I believe.
Geez, they wouldn't go with
Tyres,
the fuel, would they?
tyres and fuel need to be added.
Absolutely.
Um, Possibly a drive-through or two if you cut the track too many times. A couple of the boys saying you can get those little cut warnings pretty easily around here.
Yeah.
So that's the 5 strike and then a drive-through penalty if that occurs to any one particular driver throughout the night.
Yes, yes. And this will be the second event that we use the new ASRNZ. Is this the rolling start farmer we do again? So we do a full lap of the circuit, a complete lap.
Shall we check that that's a full lap going on there, Davo? Before we'll just wait till they go.
Well, they're sitting on the grid, so
Okay, so it must be. I do believe it's a
surely,
full lap.
which
It
is a
would have
long
to be
lap.
because it is a rolling start, so they can't rolling start from that grid position without
Surely
doing a
not.
complete lap. Yeah,
No,
no, look, that's we've got this, mate.
we have.
What do we got? 10 seconds to go, and actually, we'll know straight away because the game gets them to go one at a time. So you'll see, rather than them all start to move at the start there, one of them will peel off, then the other, and then the other.
Okay, as we count down to the
You see there, it just
opening,
holds the car behind them just that little bit
it
before
does,
release
it
of machine. So
does.
this is the full formation lap.
Yep, yep.
And car there.
Look at
Great
reasonable
stuff.
field of cars. We've had a couple of late exits pre-race through either personal or technical issues. So a couple of boys missing throughout the pack.
Yeah, great field, mate. And we've just watched them all
But
come
still,
around here.
nice turnout, Farmer. Yeah, once again. Geez, it looks a little hazy out there. The weather's a little bit odd today there too, isn't it? Look at this.
Actually, mate, you're right.
So, well, it doesn't show it on the data though. It's like 24 and track at 31.
Can we just have a look at the weather HUD?
But
Actually, Dave, it says it's going to rain in the next 7 minutes.
oh, really?
It actually, yes, according to that little chart there, it does. And
Well, it looks awful
interesting stuff.
in the background. Like it looks like it could rain, but geez, I wouldn't have thought. Geez, that's going. If it rains in the next 7 minutes, you watch these boys scramble.
And can we just see as the camera changes? I think most of these boys, they'll all be on slick tyres, of course, won't they? Because at the moment, that's what you're going to need, and we don't know how much rain is going to come.
And if at all, so these guys would all clearly be on a slick tyre, ready to race. No one could afford to put a car on a wet tyre on such a dry track.
Yes, exactly. And
but yeah, clearly overcast. It's just overcast, Farmer. Look at it.
Isn't it? Do we have time to speak to Steve?
Have we got?
Have
We probably have.
Can we just try?
Just quickly.
Yeah, sorry, just dragged Steve-O into the booth there, buddy. Just a little bit of time left on this lap. Couple of things, mate. How are you feeling with the rain coming in the next 7 minutes? And the Castrol signs have gone from the car, mate. What's happening?
Yeah, so we all thought that Farmer will enjoy the fact that it rain's coming very shortly. Yeah, so yeah, interesting. It could be the first time that we see pits made other than the compulsory, to get the tyres.
Great. Yeah.
And if you go early on the tyres, you may not make on fuel. So there's going to be some interesting strategies playing out, depending how wet it gets. And as the signage, well, I better not do again what I did last week.
Okay.
Otherwise,
okay.
I might lose the car completely.
So is that the affecting the qualifying pace there? Is the financial sort of coming?
Oh, I pulled a PB in practice. Bad time to do it.
That's right.
Okay, mate.
Well done, Stephen.
And you just got a grid up there, buddy. We better let you get back to it. We wish you the best, mate, and we're watching what happens.
All right, thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Good
Cheers,
luck.
guys.
Okay, have a good race, bud. Oh, well done. Well, look at these guys as they bunch up. Good grid of cars here. I want to just pick up. We've just got to watch these front runners here through.
Yes.
the first series
Keep
of
an eye
corners.
on the front here, mate. Oh,
Keep
they
an eye.
slow right down here. Look at this beautiful
Keep an eye on
formation.
Perkins Vetigar. This will be a battle. The opening few series of corners into this lap will be epic. So
A
all
little bit of a
stays
staggered.
rolling. They look pretty good. Here we go. They're off. We're running round 7. Suzuka.
Can we just see a little bit of a touch up there?
Little bit of a touch
Oh, it
on one of
was
the Bentleys
that
to
Crosby.
Crossy's Merc. The rest of the field comes through relatively unscathed, except for I think that was Melling in the background, getting a bit of a tickle too.
Yeah, someone else
Putting
has
the
gone around
Audi
there, I
off.
think,
Josh
on the
goes
exit.
off. Vetigar Ashley is off. A few of the boys struggling in the background as we just pop back up the front here just quickly and watch Perkins chase down Vetigar back to. Oh, it's all changing.
It is all changing.
It's all gone.
We've got Glenn Estic, Aaron, and John Boy there just on site with coming through. So clearly, some of these guys, like you say.
Okay, my data is struggling to keep up with this, but we can see.
I'm seeing Josco
visually,
in last place here, Steve-O down, Ashley down, Crosby
all
down.
those boys right down.
Big names at the back of the field
Okay,
there.
it starts to equalise now. So we've got Josh, Perkins, Glenn, Aztec, Aaron Enright, John McDonald, Cameron May in 7th picked up a position. Jake McKellar, Kenny Simpsons, and B-Dog rounding out the top 10. And as they race down the back straight into 130R, they call this corner very fast. And down into that final chicane there as Vetigar leads the first lap down and onto the start-finish straight. Well done, Josh. Perkins really close behind.
Yeah, isn't he? He's right there. 0.4 of a gap. And these two looking to put a little bit of space already on Glenn. There's 2.3 behind them. So
yeah.
Are these two guys just going to go? Or I wonder if Glenn's going to really hold on to that in Aztec also.
And Aztec looks speedy. We could probably just duck back there. Aztec's, it's as usual, steady as she goes. But the Bentley does look fairly speedy around here, which is good.
It does. It look like certainly punching above its weight as compared to the rest of the Bentleys in this field. So
yeah,
he's
for
doing
sure.
something. Yeah, he's got that thing.
He's definitely doing something right. Just notice that. Look at Enright and McDonald, McKellar, and Cameron May. That little battle just in behind that as the top 4 sort of find their groove. These boys for 5th are fighting it out no end.
Oh, here comes the rain, Davo.
Here we go. I can see it. It's on.
And
What are we going to see here?
Have to do a quick scroll. I'm sorry about the messy camera work here, but it's going to.
That's okay.
It's going to continue to rain. Rain plus. So the rain is going to increase for the next 7 minutes at least. So, and the track has just started to cool up a little bit already.
The track has cooled off a little bit.
Stuff. This is really going to mix it up because the pit window, David, doesn't open for a wee while yet. So
yeah, so seven. They've got at least 7+ minutes of wet driving on a slick tyre.
Yes, they have, and of course, if you go and pit for wets now, it's not counted as a pit stop. You will have to go in again because
Of
the pit
course.
window won't be
It's
open
not open.
for
Yeah.
a while yet. So
These guys will
this is good.
persist.
This will be good thinking on the run, won't it? And these,
Yeah.
I can only imagine what's going through some of these guys' minds right now.
To be honest, Farmer and I are just rubbing our hands together in glee as we watch this because
We are, and I might just have a look from a
it
car
definitely
from somebody.
provides a fantastic
See.
show for everyone tonight.
Okay, it doesn't look too bad in car at the moment, David. Just light rain window.
Yeah, it looks worse out of the static cameras. So we just see B-Dog and Simpson get together as May, just in front of him, actually had an excursion out into the sand. So a little bit of pressure back in the field for 8th, 9th and 10th. You know, like to get in the top 10 at ASR in this GT3 series is, you know, is no mean feat. So I'm sure these boys are racing for keeps.
Yeah, so we just picked up on that little incident you mentioned there, Davo.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just I think with the slippery conditions,
Slippery condition, bit over
could be a
braking,
bit of a
under
feature.
braking.
And that McLaren of Anthony Chesnow's
Chesna,
right up under the back wing there of BK.
He wants a bit of that Bentley as they come down into 130.
And you can hardly see
Very
it. You
fast.
can hardly see it behind the Bentley there.
No, look at it. It's about 6 inches shorter than it. Bloody hell.
Just a great little battle behind that as well with Kenny and Nick.
Now, Kenny's just been off the track.
Yes.
He got tangled up with B-Dog actually back up just before the hairpin, and as we just watched
keeping an eye down the back actually as well, because we've got this is a couple of these boys coming through. It's Crosby just catching up to the back of Brian, and then a little bunch in front of them as well. Pete, Troy,
Mule there, yeah.
Another little tight one, like right at the back of the field here. So there's some really hard racing everywhere throughout this field at the moment, Davo.
Yeah, it's tough to know where to watch. So I suppose we should pop
just
back up the
back
front.
Up the front, I am just watching
and we'll
John
work
Boy
our way back down.
Yeah, John Boy on the on the end right, but even if we go right up the front, just keep an eye and keep our viewers up to date. Perko still chasing down Josh, and still close.
Glenno's actually got a bit of a gap on Aztec now, so Aztec's just probably dropped back into that Enright battle.
Yeah, he has, and I was actually just thinking, Davo, that we've seen this Nissan perform in the wet before.
We have.
I just Josh might be smiling behind that wheel at the moment.
I'd expect so.
Or not, because he hasn't actually got a much of a gap yet. And John Boy and Aaron Enright there, mate, just a little bit of a move going on in the background.
Into 130. JB not quite up beside the Enright car there.
Yeah, well done, and this is catching up to that Bentley of
this is amazingly. Yeah. Is Aztec struggling? Aztec looks like he's struggling with his the wet.
The little bit of moisture that's coming down.
Yeah, definitely. He's because he sort of really hasn't put a foot wrong, but he's definitely back well off.
And he has dropped nearly 4 seconds behind Glenn actually, so for that 4th place. And the two Astons certainly looking stronger behind him. He'll be vulnerable. It's a long time to go.
It is a long time to go. It's a long time to go just till a tyre change is available.
Yes, that's right. They're just flicking back down.
Track it. Their cars look fantastic here, even in the rain.
John with a lot of pressure on Aaron there, but as too does these boys down here at the back. Troy, Bill and Crosby coming through now there, just noticing. making the move on Mule. And is that Steve-O I saw? No, Ryan. So Steve-O having a right shocker.
Yeah. And if you just want to pop back up the front here, Perkins is ranged really close up behind Vedigo here. I'd be interesting to see whether he just makes a move under the wing of Vedigo down the back straight. The Merc surprisingly doesn't have the grunt to keep up with that Datsun.
Yes, and the Datsun's known for being really quite good under acceleration.
Look at Perkins up. The brakes on those Mercedes are just amazing. As we see Perkins range right back up behind the
It's really close now, isn't
the
it?
Vetiga Nissan. Look at how close that is.
Has he got him? Is he going around? No.
No. Vetiga plays the game. Look at these two guys.
Just
This
have a
is
look out
pro.
the back of Josh's car here as we watch Perko get really close on the exit of one there. And through here,
this is just top level stuff, Farmer. Look at the way he places that Merc. Slightly different lines between the two cars.
And then look at the acceleration as Josh gets the foot down
That-
there.
Yeah,
And
that,
he's just pulled that gap on that Merc,
yeah, just that
Wow.
low down grunt, and he's confident of the traction of it by the looks of it too. He's just no problem with getting the foot down on it. See what the Datsun does coming out of here. I noticed it when he came out of the next big corner. Yes, he pulls nicely up the hill there, pulls away from Perkins. And here, as they come down into Spoon, the left-hander, he gets a really just tidy run out of this onto the back straight, which just keeps the Mercedes back far enough, although Perkins had a little bit of a wriggle there.
Yeah, a bit of a wiggle up.
Yeah. But yeah, nice tight stuff there. As we probably should just drop back and keep an eye out on. It looks like McDonald's slipped past
Job
and
got
right.
that job done on him right there.
Yeah.
And Aztecs maybe got to grips with the wet a bit better, or those two have.
Yeah, those two just in
maybe
the
those
overtaking.
two overtaking and created that gap. Aztecs sort of
quite possibly, yeah.
stretched away a little bit. Got BK and Anthony Chesney still hounding the back of that Bentley of BK's there.
Yeah.
And that's for 10 and 11.
Yeah, and BK no mucking around. He knows how wide he can make that Bentley, and unless Chestnut's got something big to pull out, he won't be getting past that pussy cam car. So
in front of that there, Cameron May just having a bit of a look on must be Jake.
Yeah.
In the Lexus.
Cameron actually lost that position. Cameron was actually in 7th, so he's dropped that position there to Jake. I just noticed that the rain's gone up to 20% as well, so we're getting properly slippery out here as we just see McKellar have a big wick sideways there. Look at the boys into the braking area. There goes McKellar off into the sand.
Big front end push there. Just went too deep, didn't he?
Yeah, easily done.
And 2 positions gone. Thank you.
Yeah, in these conditions, as May.
And B-Dog actually have a great drive, holding really well at 9th.
Yeah, and B-Dog got tangled up back in that opening lap too, so that's good to see him up there. He's raced a pretty good, solid opening stint to get that car back up there. Just looking at the side of May's, the left-hand side of May's Aston, it looks awful. It's, it's very secondhand. But yeah, look at as these guys come down the back straight into 130 and down into this final chicane. I think they call this Casio, this little chicane here as they dip back down onto the start-finish straight. But it looks very wet out there, Farmer.
Yeah, it does, actually. Yeah, starting to notice it on the track surface there, Davo.
Yeah.
Just Ashley there, a lap down, and having another shocker.
Really?
And I wonder if we had a little word with Ashley, or we leave it be at the moment.
Oh. Personally, I would leave him.
Would you? Well, I'm going to get him. Okay, sorry, just drags you into the comms box there, Ash, and noticing a hell of a night for you, mate. You've just been lapped by the front runners. Are you okay to talk to us about it?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I got tangled up in the first lap thing again.
Did you? Okay, we missed that. We missed that, unfortunately.
Decided to go for a bit of strategy, so I'm on wets now.
Oh, you've gone for wets. Okay,
yeah,
excellent.
Gone for the wets and see
that's
if
great
I can.
to know.
But the pit crew didn't put any fuel in, unfortunately. But we'll worry about that later.
Yes, because the pit window hasn't opened, so you'll be pitting again anyway, won't you?
I'll have to pit it again for fuel at some stage. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All the best, mate. Thanks for that update. We didn't pick up that you have wets on, so good luck. We'll leave you to it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Ash.
Okay, so clearly head down there, and that's for position. He'll get that back with the rest of the guys pit. So good strategy there from Ash, just to try something different when you've got nothing else to lose.
Well, that's right. I mean, he doesn't have anything else to lose, and quite possibly could be the difference between a pretty shit race and half decent results. So it would be interesting to watch that Ferrari right there and see how Ash goes on it.
Yeah,
good call for getting him across to the comms box there, Farmer.
Under pressure there.
I'll never argue with you, mate. Good work once again.
So I was just looking, David, that clearly he thought it was wet enough to go in and get the wet.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon.
It doesn't. Although it's sort of hanging at that 20% at the moment, I just hope that's enough to keep that wet tyre cool for Ashley there. So
we're just going to keep an eye on this battle here, David, between Glenn, Aztec, and John Boy.
Which is tightened right up. Gleno, can he cover that? Oh, that was very close as the Jim's mowing. Bentley just
nearly got it done on him, didn't he? Yeah, and he almost took to the grass too, mate, as you mentioned.
Oh, right.
Yes. And John Boy will be looking for a sniff. Clearly, he's dispatched in right now. He's moved forward. And these two guys have caught on to Glenn, haven't they? But Enright is still there, like you say.
Enright's just sitting there. He's just thinking, okay, I don't think he wants to get close to that little dogfight there going on because he might get bitten.
He might get bitten.
So he looks like he's just holding back a few car lengths, and he's quite happy to, pick up the crumbs if anything happens. Looked like he had a bit of a wriggle into 130 there, and high speed corner. Aztec trying to pull the Bentley up. Left, right, left, right. Out onto the start finish straight. Glenn's in. Is the pit's not open yet?
No, I don't think it is, mate. So these guys are going for wets. They're realising they're not waiting for that pit window.
Wow.
When does that pit window come open?
I'm just trying to think of that now. I'm just trying to calculate that. As
Oh,
they
and
just
look at this,
round up
round up
Wilson.
some guys. These guys have gone in and changed tyres. And,
Oh, that's Davison and Wilson. We've got Enright
yes,
just tucking in behind there too, just trying to
also
that
come through.
flow.
And
Very difficult
can,
situation.
And these guys have put wets on. That's Troy's got the yellow banded tyres.
Okay, so Troy's been in, and maybe Davison. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think these guys have gone in for wet tyres. So, interesting with the front runners coming through on them.
Track temps down, ambience down, track temps well down. It's down to 28 now. Got 20% rain. The boys are obviously feeling the effects of a wet track now. The slicks just aren't quite cutting it anymore. Are we going to see these lead races start to come in as the two top boys just go through boom just quickly? Who are we watching now, Farmer?
We are watching the two top boys there, mate. Just ranging up onto the back of that non-sponsored Audi of Steve-O's. And I wonder if Steve-O's been in. No, Steve-O just pulling out of the road there, letting these boys through.
Yeah, leaving them plenty of space. Okay,
what these guys are going to do, they're going to carry on and...
Look, it's all about speed and track position with these guys. Surely they're going to pit. Surely.
Josh is in.
Isn't it?
Josh is in. He's
there you go.
There you go. Big calls, Davo. Some big calls. And Perco's sticking this out.
Yeah, look, this is...
Perco can hold this out on slicks till the pit window opens, mate.
Yeah, see, this... When it rains...
Or with the tyre yield that... You know what I mean?
Oh, strategies, mate. Oh,
yeah.
Who's that around the background there in turn one? But the strategies... Oh, they've changed so much. Like, you can just put strategies on paper all day. You can calculate numbers and tyre wear and fuel. But then you've obviously got someone like Perkins or Josh who are just trying to, you know, like weigh up their skill, you know, like given the current conditions of the track, you know, like, so that can change the strategy, and that's an unknown, you know, like that's only they know that. we can't calculate that back here with the old abacus in the in the comms box. So.
No, that's right, Dave. This got this rain has really thrown a spanner in the works for us, and we're just watching Josh pop out in 7th place at the moment with a couple of other boys in the pits there. I think I saw the Jim's Moan Bentley.
Yeah, just rolling out now, actually, Aztec and
as well. So these guys have gone in to get the wet tyre.
And I just noticed that Aztec actually got Gleno in the pits there.
He has too, mate. He's jumped him.
Yeah, he's jumped him, well and truly jumped him.
Okay, so we've got Perco, John Boy, Aaron, and I think Cameron and B-Dog all stayed out on the slick tyre.
Perco coming through 130 now, down into the final chicaney little bus stop area here. They call Casio. There's a duck back. Is he going to come in? No, he stays out Farmer.
Stays out too, so okay.
The Merc does look solid, doesn't it?
It does. I'll just watch what John Boy does behind him.
His last lap
so the yellow
was
tyre is the
2:15.
slick, isn't it? The white one is the wet tyre.
I think so.
And
now you're asking.
They're also carrying on as well, so these guys are sticking it out. Josh was really the first to pit to get what we think is on the wet weather tyre. And he's a long way from the finish line. That's a big gap. Yeah, just thinking about his position-wise, Josh is in front of Glenn on track.
See, I can't see the line on my screen on the tyre.
I can't either, actually, David. We picked it up there a couple of rounds ago, didn't we? But
yeah, we did. So I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, I want to take a quick break.
you, mate. And someone else there just ducking through the pits. We've got Ryan in there, B-Dog in there, and Cameron in there. And I don't think I've seen the pit window open yet. Just have a look at our weather. It's going to continue to rain and rain. Okay. So what we think we know is we think Perko, John Boy, Aaron are the only 3 cars out on the track on the slick tyre, with Josh the first of the pit stop cars to take on what we can only assume is the wet tyre. And in 4th place there, we've seen Perko coming through and carrying on for another lap, so he's clearly going to keep continuing on to try and crunch and get into that pit window. And we don't quite know when that's happening, but it is in the middle of the race as we has a massive drift into one, and he's recovered. And every time this thing happens, and all these little errors that these boys are making on the slick tyre, is just bringing Josh closer to them.
Just costs time, doesn't
And
it?
they really look like they're struggling now.
Oh,
There's 3 of them
mate,
out
well.
there, Davo. Just the Perko, John Boy, and the Aaron right there on the slick tyre, with Josh.
We got 30% rain.
coming.
We got 30% rain here,
Yeah,
farmer.
it's just getting
You know,
wetter
it's
and
any
wetter.
wonder they're
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah, and Josh now coming through the final turn. So the boys have still got a reasonable gap on Josh at the moment. For how long?
We don't know.
We don't know. But it's certainly diminishing, and we should just keep an eye. So Josh, we've got him down at 40 seconds behind Aaron Enright. And we'll just wait to get an update on that sector in a moment.
We will.
And see what's happening with that gap there.
So I'm just trying to pick up, I know one car that has wet tyres on for sure is Ashley Vediger's car, so I'm just going to try and focus in on this as it goes around Spoon. No, I cannot see that wet tyre ring on the cars, so it's a bit of an unknown whether these boys are on wet, but anybody that's coming before the pit windows opened surely is on a wet tyre.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, it's just a given.
Yeah.
Why, you know, there'd be no other reason. So, and at 30% rain, track temps holding at about 28. I mean, it's not the nicest place to be at the moment.
Something's happened to Josh, mate. Something's happened to Josh. Josh is gone from my screen.
Totally.
He's gone from the timing zones. We can't get an update for you. It looks like
he's had an internet issue.
Yeah,
he's actually dropped right off his
dropped
Delta.
TeamSpeak. Bugger. Unlucky. Very unlucky.
Tough call, Joshy there. Was looking for a major undercut there.
It'll bring Aztec up, won't it, with the next best on the wet tyre.
Yeah, just tough stuff.
Yeah, tough gig for Josh, and he was leading this championship too, Davo. It's an
wow.
Enduro. It's Enduro with, I'm not sure if it's double points, but it's certainly more than the standard.
Yeah, that will hurt his points race without a doubt. As although not a lot of action, just pick up on Enright as he must be breathing a sigh of relief with Josh now no longer behind him and holding down in 3rd position Aaron Enright. So
yeah.
Good work.
Great drive from Aaron.
Really good drive. I don't think he's been into the pits yet, so...
No, those top
McDonald,
3 have not pitted, so...
It'll be interesting to see.
The first one then. Aztec may catch on to the back of him.
Well, that's the one that's going to be closest to him, isn't it?
Yes.
Really.
And Aztec is just looking at my timers here. A good 40,
Oh, well
50,
back.
50 seconds behind him, so a big gap. So these guys on slicks, this could still pay off for them, David. They've got a 50-second plus
for
gap
sure.
on
For
those
sure.
guys that have gone in, and that's that's a lot of time.
That is a lot
If
of
they
time.
can get to that pit window.
Has this pit window opened yet?
I
can't
haven't
even
seen
see
it
it on
come
my
up,
data.
mate. No, I
did
haven't seen it
run
come
away
up.
for a second there, so I can't see it up on my current information there. So
It can't
it'd
be
be
far
interesting.
away.
And look, I just had a quick glance back at Perkins' car, and the Merc looks solid on track. He is. Oh, as I just say that though, he just didn't tuck a wheel off in turn one. But the car looks relatively tidy on track, and he's made that conscious decision to just try and ride it out. So, you know, interesting strategy. A few of them obviously taking that same strategy. John McDonald and Aaron Enright. So Joshie's disappeared off our radar. So unfortunate, I think, for Josh, he's out. Aztec in fourth, Gleno in fifth, currently B-Dog in sixth. Really good race from B-Dog, got tangled up early, so he's recovered well for sixth position at the moment. BK in seventh, Cameron May has been up and down, 7th, 8th over the race. He's hanging in 8th at the moment. Good to see Carlo in 9th.
Yes.
10th, we've got Chesna actually.
And he's dropped off, hasn't he? 'Cause
He's actually dropped back a couple there, hasn't he?
Right up behind BK there earlier on.
He was, that's right.
And Jake also, I think, possibly gone back a few. He was.
So McKellar, in the Lexus there has dropped back a bit. And then we've got the Bear Grylls, Pete Aspey, Steve Melling way back. I mean, even Pete back a bit from where he'd probably like to be. Steve Melling, Ashley Vediger, we know he's on a wet. Probably the first person to go in for a tyre change was Ash. Kenny way down at 16th. I've seen him off track a couple of times tonight. I think he did not change tyres early enough. Nick Davison back in 17th, 18th Troy Wilson, 19th Ryan, Steve Crossland 20th, and Josco 20th as well. Actually, Steve Crossland not on track.
Oh, Crosby as well. No.
He's disconnected.
And Crosby gone. And so a couple of big names, Crosby and Josh.
A couple of big names there disappeared. Tough gig, guys.
Very tough gig.
Yeah.
Oh, and a big slide there from Josco.
Watching Josco wrestle.
Just caught the end of it there. We just go quickly for a bit of a rewind. Oh, not too bad. Just a nice drift into the top there.
Yes, it's a mad-looking car, and it probably drives very much like it looks. So as he wriggles around again down to 130R, down into this final corner.
Just keeping an eye on Perko there. David just making sure that he's got a nice 15-second gap.
Keeping that on track, yeah.
And John's got a nice 14-second gap on Aaron Enright. And that big gap still to the first of the wet tyres.
It's a massive gap. Yeah, and that's because these boys haven't pitted though, isn't it, Farmer? You know,
that's right, but really, to me, it's paying off for them.
It's a huge gap.
At the
because
moment.
Everybody that stopped previously will have to stop again. These boys are going to stop once. These guys are going to stop twice. Is that the way?
Exactly. Yeah.
Mate, that's a game changer right there. These guys.
The pit window has to open soon.
Surely.
56 minutes to go.
Do you think that the likes of Perkins will come in straight away if he's managing that Mercedes?
They'll all come in straight away.
Do you think so? And go to a wet?
Can we just check on the last laps that we've got on record here? So we've got Perko's last lap 2 minute 14.
Not too bad.
John a 14. Aaron Enright 2 minute 16. But then we've got Aztec coming with a 2 minute 12. So and then
Yeah.
Glenn on a 2:12. And watch the boys dropping off the pace there. So those guys are clearing 2 seconds plus a lap on those front guys. And you know, Dave, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough.
I don't think it's enough either, especially with 2 pit stops. It's just it's just too much time on the jacks.
Absolutely.
I don't think
these
they'll
guys
make
are
it
going
up.
to yield that time back. Yeah.
No. Because they've literally got to get range right back up behind these guys to make it work.
Just to get where they were. That's right. Yeah.
As the rain persists, the track temperature it just persists in it. As the track temperature just drops another notch as it becomes a pretty miserable wet afternoon here at Suzuka for this round 7 in the ASRNZ GT3 Championship. I probably should take a chance to... Oh, God, hang on. I've lost something. Hang on, I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, mate. Just having a look at Pete there. He just lost touch of here. I don't know if he has gone past him or whether they were having a good battle. And how wet does it look inside? Can we have a look here? See what they're dealing with. Quite a lot of rain. Obviously coming on the spring that we were here last time. And we can see the water on the track here.
We can.
And actually this is quite good. We just watched him get a big sort of front wheel drift with the corner. Caught it nicely just inside Pete's car there on the back of Bear.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Bear with a big wiggle off the final turn and really still got a good drive.
No mucking around.
Yeah, quite just seeing
Very
how
wet.
actually wet and didn't look at car there. It is a handful. It is definitely a handful, boys. That's a tricky corner, this one too, isn't it? Especially in the wet.
It is. It's got...
It tightens up on itself.
It looks like it's got plenty of camber. It's just got plenty of runoff. It really ticks all the boxes, but then when you try and drive it, it can be quite a tricky corner at speed. So, watching these guys, these cars moving around a lot. Oh, Bear's off. Oh, that's a close re-entry there as Pete takes a little bit of evasive action. Look, what I'd lost was actually our little list of regular sponsors to the stream, unfortunately. So I just had to duck away and grab that. Sorry, fellas, and we'll just take a moment now just to thank Hypercube Web Design and Online Marketing, GoBro Racing, New Look Painting, Outdoor Effects, Superior Joint Sealing, Spark Clean in Taupo, and Zero Vision Motorsport. Farmer.
Great
Good
stuff, buddy.
Sponsor us every week. We're on Twitch, people. Look out for the stream. Join us each week.
Yes, and all our videos stay on file at the ASRNZ YouTube account. They're on there forever, but certainly available via Twitch.
So yeah, when you're all old and grey, you can show it to your grandkiddies and say, "Here's Dad crashing at Suzuka in the rain." But
here's me getting it wrong, and here's me staying out on slicks getting it right.
Getting it right.
Waiting for the pit window to open.
That's right. And who are we watching there?
Just keeping an eye on the leader, mate, just to make sure he's still leading.
And that he is. That he is.
Yes.
As he comes through 130.
Oh, and a big push there.
Big push. And he's not holding back on the slick tyre. Doing really well.
And I haven't heard the pit window open yet.
Not either. I have not either.
And he's carrying on. He's carrying on.
Well, he has to. I think if he's running to the strategy we have been theorising, he's got to stay out until that window opens. So we watch for another lap at least.
And
Who's
I
that
just
just
saw
coming
Josh.
out? Was that Josh?
Josh able to rejoin,
Oh,
and he's just continued to come back onto the
he
race.
has done.
And he has
Well
lost
done,
6
Josh.
laps, but he has come back. Thank you.
Kudos to Josh. You know, these guys
Ooh,
don't
man,
just throw in the towel and get back into it after a disconnection like that. Well done, boys.
I think we
And
just might
good
have
work,
missed
Josh.
a big move there between Chesner and McCullough. As I'm just going to click the rewind there, Davo, and see what did go on. It's all side by side here. Somewhere. Oh, as we just see Chesner just drift a little bit wide in the corner, and Jake gets right down the apex and gets it done. Actually, nice move there by Jake in the wet. That Lexus is
Jake,
working well for him.
yeah, Jake did
So
well there.
that was
It
for the
wasn't.
10. That's for the top 10 there.
No, it was worth the pressure, and only a slight mistake there from Chesner to allow Jake to just put enough of the nose of the Lexus up the inside of the McLaren there, and yeah, well done.
Well done.
Yeah, nice
and,
tidy work, and good work from both drivers there. Very wet conditions, very slippery, and could have easily gone pear-shaped. So yeah, well done from both of the boys there.
Yeah, mate, just checking out a little battle just ahead of those boys as well, between BK and Mule. Good amount of pressure there coming from Mule on the back of BK's bumper. BK got it earlier from the McLaren. Now he's getting it from the Lexus of Mule as he has a good look into one.
Yeah, Mule with running in a really good position
Great
there,
pace
I
for
think, at the moment.
8th, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, Mule's Carlo is definitely progressed throughout the season, and definitely got that Lexus hooked up in the wet here at Suzuka tonight, doing a fantastic job. I'm sure BK's probably a little nervous with the Lexus literally melting the back bumper bar of the Bentley at the moment, as he has a bit of a wriggle.
Wriggle on there.
So yeah, I'm sure he's keeping an eye on that rear view there. Who's that just in behind him? That's actually Cameron May in 9th.
Yes.
He's dropped another position. He's although still in the top 10. Good work, Cameron. He's been from 7th, 8th, 9th.
And his last lap was a 2:16, so he had an off or something in there last lap. Lost a lot of time.
But doing well still, so well done, Cam there.
Okay, so noticing John McDonald 2:19 last lap there. He's clearly had a big moment in the wet. Aaron Enright 2:15, Aztec 2:12, so gaining 3 seconds a lap now. These boys that have gone through the tyre.
Yeah, track temps are coming down even more, mate.
22 seconds now. Aztec is behind the first of the long runners on the slick tyre. So
that's Enright, is it?
Yeah. So that would theoretically be another 7 laps away.
Yeah.
Pit window's got to open any minute.
Oh, surely. What are we in?
Halfway.
We are nearly halfway now.
And I can't understand why it hasn't already opened.
It seems like a long time, does it? I don't know. To me, it just seems like a long time tonight. Farmer, that's that window's been. Oh, as well. Just watch Aztec take a big excursion off, cuts a bit of grass in the Jim's mowing. Bentley.
We'll just rewind and have a good look at that. Yes, and we do see him just mow that berm, didn't he? Just got it nicely.
Picks it
getting
up.
Wheels both sides of the grass there, as per textbook 101. And he's carried on though. He's carried on. John Boy still carrying on as they go for yet another lap. Aaron Enright still circulating in 3rd. Tiptoeing around on the slick tyre, these 3 guys.
Yeah. So I just got a little quick message actually, just thanks to Damien Jones, aka Jacques is just sending me a quick message via Messenger that there is no compulsory pit stop in the Enduros, bro. Thanks, Damien.
Right. So do you think these guys are trying
Ca-
to go?
They
No, we
can't
need
go
fuel.
full distance.
We
They're going to need
must
fuel
need fuel.
anyway.
Can we see if Jarks could possibly
Yeah,
hook us up whether they are going to need to stop for fuel at least?
Okay, so
Or
now we change our equation a little bit
because
too.
that does swing it round, doesn't it, Davo?
Like, are these boys pitted late enough to run to the end?
Aztec could be fueled to the end
He
with the
could
wet
be
tyre
fueled to
on.
the end. That's exactly right. That would
Okay.
be interesting. Thanks for the update there, Damien. Cheers for that, buddy.
Now I just missed a little message there that came up, Dave. I'm not sure what that said, possibly a pit window there, but then I guess we don't. Now Glenn's gone in, so Glenn's gone into the pits.
Okay, so I think
Chesner
that
into the pits.
I think that was the pit window
I
opening.
think that was the pit window now opening. I bet you Perko coming around the final set of turns is going to duck straight in and get that wet tyre.
Okay, I'm just going to do just a quick little bit of Googling.
As he
just
carries
quickly.
on, I've got that completely wrong.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, we'll see what John Boy does there, currently in P2. And John Boy carrying on too, so these guys... Oh, I'd love to talk to one of them.
And he's exactly right. There's no compulsory pit stop in this race. As I just do a quick Google search to the...
these guys trying to go to the end, Davo? Is that what we're... These guys are not going to stop.
Well, it's just definitely changed my mind after that little...
Do they have the
to
fuel
and fro.
to do that? Yes.
I mean...
Sometimes I feel like we don't know enough info.
We don't, but it's because we don't do our the fuel runs because we're commentators.
We don't do any homework.
That's exactly right. And we rely on other people's information, and the only way to get that is to drag them into the comm box. So, and ask them.
Let's see what John's doing. Let's see if we can get these on what's going on. And really sorry, John, just going to drag into the comms box. I hope you can talk to us while you're handling that car there at the moment. Are you going to finish this race without stopping? Is that the plan?
No, I've still got 6 laps of fuel left, so...
They're going to have to stop. It's the boys that have already pitted that might run all the way.
The guys that have already pitted for the wet tyre,
yeah,
are they fueled to the end? Are they going to get there? Or are they going to have to stop as well, mate? Is everyone going to have to stop? Because if they are, you're doing a good job.
I would say they've still got a... everyone should be... If they've made a pit stop, they should be fueled to the end, yes.
Okay, bugger. Okay, alright. Well, we wish you all the best, mate.
I'm just not sure if the wet tyres are quicker than the slick, that's all.
Okay, we can tell you, but we shouldn't. So have a good one, bud. Yeah, good luck. Okay, mate.
Alright, cheers.
All the best, bud.
Good work, mate.
And just looking there, we could have hooked him up. That Aztec was coming at him at least 3 seconds a lap, but we shouldn't.
And now, as he said that, I glanced off to my on-screen data there, and I noticed that the rain has come down to 20%. As we also see Perkins in.
Okay.
We also see Perkins in, and I think Perkins will stay on a slick tyre.
Okay, Davo, that's interesting stuff.
And it'll be interesting to see whether McDonald stays on a slick tyre here as well. He kept his cards pretty close to his chest there.
If I can just have a quick look at the weather, and I know we have to scroll through here, but it's gonna...
Just have a quick look.
It's still going to rain for at least the next 7 minutes there as far as our data tell us.
Okay, so Aztec's gone through.
Aztec has gone through, and that's potentially the lead of the race there now.
Okay, as long as that tyre lasts. But
Yes. Now, does it dry up too much that the wet tyre will then
is he
fade
even
out?
on a wet tyre there, Farm?
I think so, but I think you can see the yellow line of the slick tyre, which we were viewing earlier on John and Perko's cars. And I wonder if we can just pick up on Perko there and see if we can just get the camera boy. Yeah, now there's definitely a
Yeah,
definite
okay,
yellow
I see
band on
that.
Perko's car there,
Yes.
but and
So
I
that's
think
a slick
that
tyre.
is the slick tyre that he's
Yeah, he stayed
kept
out
on
on.
the car, and if we can just
Okay.
check and see
Let's
what
go,
John Boy's
JB.
possibly
Oh,
done here,
I wonder whether he's
and
gone.
I believe he's gone for
He's
the
gone to
wet.
the wet.
He's gone to the wet, so two different
Oh.
strategies straight up there. And Aaron Enright, just want to check out what he's up to. These guys have still come out at the right end of
Hey,
the field,
yeah,
haven't they?
well, it's only Aztec
Aztec's done
really
it,
made
yeah.
the game. He
So
did
Aaron
well.
Enright on a slick tyre too, mate. I would say.
Yeah. And
So
look,
that's
just sitting back here, it's easy for us to say, isn't it, Farmer? But
yes, it is.
I think the slick tyre is the way to go at the moment. Personally.
I think you might be right, actually. And B-Dog, great job, 4th place.
Wow.
With Mule
He
behind him
got,
at 5.
Yeah.
Both of these boys, excellent drive tonight. Solid half.
Has either
First
of them
half.
pitted?
Well, I think they've both gone in earlier for. Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know, I got a funny feeling they haven't pitted.
And Aztec in the pits at the moment, mate. Aztec has gone in.
Well,
So
there you
clearly,
go. Now,
they
I
weren't.
wonder.
All of these guys are probably going to have to come in.
I wonder whether, as the track temperature drops even more down to 26 with the ambient at 22 at the moment, it's a very cold, dismal, wet afternoon here at Suzuka. I wonder whether these guys are obviously changing their strategies on the run and whether they're up to speed with the actual regs and the non-compulsory pit stop on this race. And
Yes, I do believe the fuel restricted.
there's an issue.
Yes, and you
So
have
you're
to
thinking.
pit anyway, regardless, at least once. But then most probably those boys that went in early for the wets still needed extra fuel.
Okay, what's this? Aztec comes out.
Just checking out.
Ooh, Perkins has got him.
Perko round.
Perkins is way up the hill actually. He's underneath the crossover.
Yeah, Aztec.
JB's up near the overpass. And then it's Aztec in third. So
Aztec in third.
He's still done well, Aztec.
And I just noticing BK Bear, Ashley in the pits as well.
Yeah.
There.
Now, just given that Perkins has only done one pit stop, hasn't he?
Yes, as is John Boy and Aaron Enright.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was just going to keep an eye on those guys. Oh, we just watched Aztec with a big wiggle.
I saw that. Yeah, same corner he had that little bit of an excursion earlier.
It was too, actually.
Pulling the Bentley up there, so. Okay, so that's put him back in Aztec. We're talking about here, back into 7.
Back into 7, but a little bit mixed up because he has done 2 pit
Yeah,
stops.
I think it is a little bit mixed up here still. So I'm just expecting at least Mule and B-Dog.
I think Mule and B-Dog to pit, and also Jake, I would say.
Jake McCullough, yep, for sure. Okay, so I just see B-Dog make a little excursion down the back straight. Off to the left, he's struggling with that as he goes through 130. I wonder whether he's just looking at his... Is he just looking at his pit menu? Can you bring up your pit menu before you pit?
You can, mate. Yes.
It so look like that's what he's doing.
See if he ducks
I
in
bet
here.
you this car comes... No.
carried
he's
on.
blown his in lap.
He
I
might
reckon
not have got it
he's-
right.
Yeah. Oh, he may not have got it right. Yes.
Need another lap to work it out before I come in.
Fair enough.
And
As we see Carlo slip round the outside of him in the
GT.
Lexus, I'm sure Brendan will get that sussed up the back end of the section. There's like, for as big as this track is, there's not a lot of times, not a lot of places you can actually take your eye off the road, because the things, it's only like 1 or 2 straight bits in the track, and they're not very long, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right, Davo.
It's a strange track.
I was just trying to keep an eye on the Perco on the slick tyre leading with JB in second on the wet tyre. 2 different strategies there. The last lap round, John Boy were 4 tenths quicker than
Yeah, I
the
see
race
that.
leader. So just interested to see whether he is still gaining or. Yeah, some of these boys still may see pit later on. Possibly
Absolutely.
duck in, maybe just waiting to see what their weather is going to do.
Yeah, probably a tougher one to call for us. Strategy was tonight with the way the weather's changed things up. Obviously,
So last lap round for Perco was a 2:09, so he's found a little bit of pace, and we'll just see what John Boy's doing. 2:11.8. So in actual fact, Perco stretched his lead out.
yeah, I don't think that
Okay.
track's going to get any wetter than it is now before the end of this
Possibly
race, with only 30 minutes to go.
Possibly getting better.
Yeah, that's right. So to be on a slick tyre is probably the ideal situation. And just from what we can tell, it doesn't look like that McDonald Aston is on a slick tyre, to be honest.
No, we don't think so.
We don't.
Do we? It looks like he has opted for that wet tyre. And, of course, a lot of the other boys that went in early probably still running on that tyre with the likes of Mule, B-Dog.
And I just see Joshua off in the background there too,
Is that
just
right?
quickly. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. We could have a commiseration chat with Josh.
He's, I don't know what he was doing. He was off track and now he's back on track. So
Possibly,
yeah,
One
probably.
of those nights, mate. Little gap there. Steve-O's got a lot of pressure from Kenny. And the unsponsored Aldi looking very dirty. It's been in a bit of mud, actually.
Looks like it's had a tough night. A little bit of on and off track action. Probably just sort of.
A little bit more
Oh
off
yeah,
track
as
action
again,
there.
it sort of heads back towards its rallying roots with the Audi Quattro. Probably not the right ride height for that sort of stuff, but yeah, Simpson rounds him up, and Stephen Melly clearly struggling with that car.
Clearly struggling,
yeah,
that's right.
He's not handling things at all. So.
Another good battle here, Davo, between Aztec, B-Dog, and Aaron Enright, as we see Aztec with a bit of a look on B-Dog.
Gets it done.
No, I thought he had two, mate.
Wow, how close was that?
Really close. B-Dog, good
Aztec,
pace,
right,
actually. So I thought Aztec had a good look on him.
He's going to have another crack here. What's this?
Yeah, look, he's going the long way.
Yeah, Brendan will give it to him. Surely
yeah, I think he may have, actually. I think Brendan may have. Maybe Brendan knows he's got to put in once more.
He's doing fuel calculations. He's
not giving it to anybody, mate. No.
Oh.
No.
Bit of a slip from the Aston. I wonder whether that car's a bit injured. I've seen it had a wriggle here and there, or Brendan's suffering from some fatigue or something. His car doesn't look right. Looks like it's struggling.
Yeah, it does, and I think he went down to defend that inside line there and just lost it when he just had to tuck it in too tight into the apex.
Absolutely.
Just got the better of him, and the plan didn't quite come off the way he was hoping. And that Jim's Moan Bentley actually just ripped through, didn't it?
Oh, didn't it?
Yeah,
Just mowed him down.
mowed him down, mate.
Hey?
Where's Glenn? What's happening tonight with him?
He's
Seventh
holding
place?
7th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I just saw him pop up right back of screen. Oh, there he
So
is. He's
he's
just
not
coming
too
out of the
far
hairpin.
actually behind Aztec
He's
there, is
actually,
he?
he's
Yeah.
not that far behind actually. He's had a reasonable recovery as well.
Just
Interesting race
noticing
tonight.
Glenn on a 208, so really great pace. He's 3 seconds quicker than Aztec. And almost matching Perco's pace at the front. So
He's on
he's
a
on
slick
a slick
tyre.
tyre too, mate. So these guys
There you
have
go.
opted to go back to the slick, are really coming through for them now. So that's going to hurt John Boy, who he knows on the wet, or we think we know is on the wet.
He will, and it's like 29 plus minutes to go, Farmer. That's a long time on that tyre if it's not right. Gleno just with the right hand front out in the grass as he goes into 130R.
Just
Really
have a
wide.
quick look at that, and he's he's really wide, isn't he?
The fastest corner on the circuit.
A nice recovery as he gets it back on track.
He does. Looks like B-Dog just backed way out of that.
Did actually.
Slightly.
Is that the Davison middle there? Aztec coming up onto the back of Aaron Enright, who's still holding 4th place.
Yeah.
So we've got Perco first.
And Aztec just slowly climbing up behind him now. So what have we got Aztec on? Aztec on. He's back on a wet though, I think. Aztec, isn't he? Oh no, he's on
I think he's on a slick tyre too, actually, Davo.
I think.
He's doing reasonable lap times there.
Yeah. Okay. So Enright.
Enright, we've got.
He hasn't. He pitted, didn't he?
Yeah,
he
did.
he was one of the last to pit. So he's on a slick too. Okay, so it's just Aztec's skill in the Bentley against Enright's skill in that Aston now as they, well, as much as these guys aren't back markers, they are still mid-packers, and these guys have got to be careful.
In front of them, isn't
that
it?
is Mule in front of him, and definitely holding his own.
Yeah.
And they're racing for a position, and it shows in the attitude of Carlos driving in the Lexus now, because he's not a back marker.
Yeah, he's holding his own there, isn't he?
Definitely holding his own. No mucking around as we see Josh Vedica moving well out and away from the field, way out of the race, just collecting points for tonight as we see Carlo and Troy Wilson duck into the pits there.
Aztec over the back of Enright there down the main straight.
Yes. Has the blowtorch applied well and hot. Enright easily covers nicely. They both run the same rubber. Enright's had a top-notch race after last week where he just had the hell beaten out of him and had disconnection issues, I think, even in race 2. So yeah, tough week for Aaron last week.
Yeah, Aaron's had a couple of tough rounds, mate.
He has, and he's making up for it here.
He does.
He's running well on the leader board in the championship points, and this is why. He's consistently sitting around this position. As we see Aztec, are we on this Aztec?
Yeah,
showing the
we
nose of
are
the
on this,
Bentley?
mate. Yeah. I might just carry on watching this for a little bit there.
Doesn't seem to be holding him up too much, Farmer. I noticed there's a couple of boys there behind Davison, the new bloke, and Gleno not too far behind. And Gleno not even actually just reeling in Davison too hotly either. So it just shows the pace of Davison in these conditions as we see the rain percentage actually drop into the 10% range.
Okay.
And this is where the boys with the wet tyres are going to suffer. There's 25 minutes to go, 10% rain. It's not ideal. We just watch Enright just drop into this final chicane. No.
So those on the wet are really going to be struggling here shortly.
As it gets late in the day, I think we're just going to go into the early evening, which...
Yes, we are. And is that Bentley with... it doesn't quite have the legs, does it?
No.
It seems to have a look and just can't kind of get it done.
He shows plenty of it, and there's plenty of it there.
He's having another sort of... He's just round the wrong side there.
Yeah, and I'm sure he just wants to round Enright up because Gleno's just scooped up Davison on the exit, on the outside of the exit of one there, and I'm sure Aztec is well aware of that.
So Glenn's really played himself back into this.
He has. I'm surprised Gleno, he was off in turn one, in lap one at the start of the race, so yeah, interesting to see Gleno so far up. I'm pretty sure that car has made 2 pit stops, maybe not. I know it made a very early one. Yes, definitely. I think that car's been in for 2 stops. As is Aztec in the Bentley.
Yes, that's right. These are the front 2 that have done the double stop tonight.
So
went in
well
early
done.
For the wet and then went back in and put a slick on. Still down on the guys at the front there that have just done that one stop there. Actually catching up. Aztec on Aaron. So Aaron has only stopped the once, hasn't he? So
I think Aaron might have only stopped once.
Yeah, he went long,
and he'll want to run the whole distance. I think he's played the same strategy as Perkins actually.
He has, yes.
Yeah. So he ran into the pit window. It's done one change back onto the slicks.
You can almost see a dry line there too, David, on the track for me.
It's funny because it looks really hazy and it looks like it's got a little bit cloudier, but it's just the sun going down, I think, and it's just getting a little bit darker as we see the headlights shine on the roads a little bit more. Track's cool. Very close. Gleno's going to put pressure on Aztec for sure here.
Yeah, for sure. What a top medal now. Aztec all over the back of it.
Lots of pressure and definitely a dry line as we saw as they come up through Dunlop there. Down through these couple of corners as they run down into under the overpass and down towards the hairpin. Aztec well wide of the Bentley, just making sure that Jim's mowing car's doing its job out on the side of the track as Aztec ducks it up on the inside there. Hasn't got the grunt. He's on the dry line.
Yeah.
Oh, the grunt from Enright's car just had the perfect line out of the hairpin, although a little wide. Is that Davison up? Davison's gone back past Gleno.
Yeah, I've just noticed that too. Maybe Glenn made a bit of an error there somehow. showing good lap speed actually, Glenn. It was last lap round 2:08. So, he's a good second or two quicker than the guys in front of him. So
Yeah. And I noticed that Perkins is doing 2:07 threes, so.
yeah, he has. And John 5 seconds off that with a 2:12 in second place.
Yeah, on the wets.
On the wet, so this is the difference. There's a good 5 seconds of lap difference.
This is where he will suffer. Will these boys chase him down? Quite possibly.
Aaron in right behind him doing 2:09.2, so 3.5 seconds a lap behind.
With 20 minutes to go.
Sean, 30 seconds down.
Get the abacus out.
10 laps, 20 minutes, boom. Gonna catch him right on the finish, mate.
Yeah. This is going to be one to watch as we see. Gleno's gone back past Davison.
He has too.
Aztec. It's a ding dong here with the 4. Not much happening between Aztec and Enroy. Is Enroy just big tank slap as he comes up out of Dunlop? Oh, tough call. He'll be so dirty. Oh, that's a shame. He'll only lose the 2 positions.
Yeah,
3 positions, should I say. Oh, dude. Tough
yes,
call.
he's come back on in 5th place there. Good 10 seconds behind Clint, so
you can see it coming. I thought it was Aztec that might have made the first mistake with Dyer coming up so quickly behind him, but look, I think Gleno's just going to pick this up. He's a competitive man. He'll want Aztec. He wants that position. He needs that position. He wants to be on that step.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on this gap between Aztec and John McDonald, I think, could be the biggest loser, could we say, here.
Well, if Aztec
he's the only one on the wet tyre, you see. He may lose out to these guys. 25 seconds is the gap, Aztec to John. And they are currently doing 5 seconds per lap quicker.
Wow.
Davo, 5 seconds a lap. We're talking 5 laps time. These guys are going to be on the back of GP.
Look.
And that's definitely going to happen within the next 17 minutes.
Well, not if they're going to keep racing the way they are.
Well, that's right.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, up out of Dunlop. Oh, we just saw Enright have a slip up and a bit of a tank slap up out of there earlier. Last lap, and you just sort of hold your breath as you watch these 2 guys come up, just nose to tail. Gleno and Aztec, fierce rivals for many seasons now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's definitely a good, healthy, rivalry going on there, and good sportsmanship from both.
Yeah, the rain noticeably easing now.
It has.
Dry line's getting wider and wider.
Yeah, nice dry line. Very visible dry line now on the track.
Just watching Blind just actually slip out of that line. Good little battle. These 2, this will potentially play into being for 2nd and 3rd if these 2 do round up with John Boy. I think Perko might be reasonably safe. He's got a nice gap up front there. So once again, these guys, Aztec and Glenn's last lap round 206.6 and 206.8, and John Boy on 213.6. So we're down to about 7 seconds difference.
Yeah,
Big gains.
massive gains.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any other action
Up
actually
through
down
Dunlop.
the field there. With
Gleno
maybe,
super sideways.
just switch to May going around the outside of the unsponsored
Killing
Audi
car.
there. And round and
Nicely done, and
and a
Stephen
big
gets it big
drifty.
sideways,
Oh,
takes
and we
the B-dog
just
off. Massive
cursed
off.
that up, Davo. And we might just have a look
Ah.
inside Steve-O's car there. We'll just do a bit of a rewind and just see how it just managed to get
Plays
away on
out
Steve-O there just a little bit as he just catches a big slide. And that was how Cameron got round him there.
Oh,
And then just going down into here, it's just, oh, the back's just literally just let go on him again. It looks like a very tricky piece of machinery to
it's not.
keep on
It
track at the
doesn't,
moment, mate. It
doesn't
looks,
look nice to
it
drive.
doesn't
that's for
really,
sure.
does it? No.
No.
It's unlucky. We almost got the curse on him there. Plenty of pressure still between ASEC and Glenn.
Yeah, and these guys are ranging really closely up behind McDonald.
Ooh,
Oh,
and we just
Aztec,
see
big
Aztec
off.
Hey,
Straight across.
very late on the
straight
braking
across.
marker.
McDonald's only just tipping the car into turn 1 now.
Is that right, David?
We've
Wow.
got a
Okay.
very, very dry track. He's got Simpson and Aspie just rounding him up, a couple of back markers going past the Complace car.
But this is tricky, isn't it? Whereas you're potentially a lap down. You're unlapping yourself. You're unlapping yourself, and these guys will have plenty of grip with that correct tyre choice, probably to pull away from John Boy.
And that's what they need to do, isn't it? As long as their cars pull away,
yes,
they
that's
won't get
right.
that blue flag and then potential penalty. So, but
and you're right, Dave. I just seen the lights of right there in the background.
Look at that.
Bentley
Look
and
at that.
Glenn and
They are so close. They are so close. JB will just, he has nothing.
He'll have nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. And
to
he'll
defend
probably
that.
actually let them go
Watch
past.
how quick. You watch how quick these two cars come up behind him now. Before he finishes this lap, those two cars will be breathing down the tailpipes of this thing. You watch this.
They've already taken a big chunk out of it.
Big chunks.
Yeah.
More than halved it. Look at this. Look at it.
And the rain has actually stopped now too, Davo. So
it's zero rain.
12 minutes
bit
to
of
go.
moist on the track. McDonald's struggling through 130 there as they duck in. He's got nothing.
Yeah, he's got nothing. There you go. The big spongy wet tyre.
He just gives it to the boys and
horrible
carries
on.
He's still got 12 minutes to go as he pulls into the pits. He can't drive it.
Okay.
It'd end up dangerous, wouldn't it? Like after a few more laps.
It's not great, is it? Yeah. And realising that he's losing at least 7, probably plus seconds per lap.
Yeah.
If he carries on.
Tumble through the field pretty quickly. As we see Enright slip past, which that'll put Enright in 4th position, and well done to Aaron tonight.
Yeah, Mule coming through there as well. He may get.
He might get there before Jono comes back out.
John comes out. Still a great result there if he can just bring home the last 11 minutes from Mule. BK's come through too, mate, from being, I think, a lot further down. Same with Bear Grylls. A couple of these guys have chosen the right strategy there, I think.
Yeah, and although
made some good gains. Ashley as well, mate. We we had him earlier in the comps box.
We did, very early.
Back in 18 or 19th place, and now into the 10.
Yeah, the first guy to actually come in for the wets. So as I just see
That's
Mule just coming down. Jono's just got out in front of him.
Coming out in front of him there. It was too. So John able just to hold on to 5th place there.
5th position. Yeah, so not too bad. He's God, what a tough gig. He's lost 3 positions there, but and like you're saying, well done to Mule and BK and Bear and Ash, like Ashley especially, you know, obviously first one to come in, and Cameron. Although these guys are spread out in the field and there's not a lot of racing going on, these boys are in the top 10, and, you know, it's all for position, so definitely staying focused in this Enduro, and as we see it get a lot darker over the last few minutes. And
yeah, it is too. And I'm just keeping an eye on the Glen and Aztec battle there.
Yes.
2nd and 3rd, and that's just continuing as it was. Glen's still hunting. Aztec still doing a great job of holding that Aston behind him reasonably comfortably too at the moment. Glen's
Glenn would have
really
to
pushing quite hard. Actually, I would say we've seen a few errors from the Aston. I think we've seen a bit of mowing from the Bentley too, haven't we?
Yeah, we've seen a bit of mowing from the Bentley and a bit of a slip and a slide from the Aston. So both, you know, pushing to the limits, you know, obviously, given the old slipping and sliding. But, you know, look, you know, Gleno's obviously had a good crack at Aztec when he caught up to him there before and put plenty of pressure on, and, you know, Aztec's clearly got, and the Bentley has the measure, you know, for the Aston and Glenn's pace at the moment. I mean, Glenn would have to really overextend himself, I think, to get that Aston up beside the Bentley. I don't think it's got it in it.
Yeah, I think
without the mistake, yeah.
Just showing a little bit of battle there between the Lexus boys of Beer and that must be a back marker. Yeah, catches us out there. So Beer in 8th place too. That's good for Beer. And he's got 4 seconds behind him to Ashley.
Yeah, so plenty of room to breathe there.
Pete,
and
watching Pete come back on track after a little excursion there as he's moved out of the road to let Aztec and Glenn through, and that battle's really actually carrying on. I think this is maybe
7 minutes to go. I'm sure Glenn's trying to time that run, you know, like we saw last week, you know, like where the
outside here. No, it's not. Oh, and the Bentley's just drifted wide on the turn there. Can we just?
Wow.
Oh, I thought that might have created something for Glenn behind him, but.
This is going to run down all the way.
Yeah, so good racing here, and Pete
second position here, guys.
This is for P2.
This is for P2. These boys aren't mucking around.
These guys are already on the podium because one seems slightly higher than the other. And of course a couple of points difference too.
Oh yeah, well Aztec and Glen are only pretty well, I think it's 9 points apart in the championship, in 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, okay.
Aztec in 3rd, Gleno in 4th, so I'm sure Glenn's would love to have the Aston in front of that Bentley at the end of this race over the checkered So, big stops from both cars as they duck into this final little complex of corners.
I was just going to say before that, it's almost like Pete's managing to hang on to these guys.
He is.
As they've gone past him, and he's decided he might actually stay with them.
They're not hanging around either. Even though they're so close, there's plenty of pace.
Yeah, 205s now, so that time's coming right down. Mule's showing good pace. The 204s.
Yeah, 204.6 there.
Ashley getting a bit of pace in the Ferrari too.
With the 2044, yeah, nice work, Ash.
So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty tidy laps all the way down through that mid-pack of cars. So Mule just actually ranging up behind McDonald. Oh, whether McDonald's just gone past him there, but Mule holding sixth really nicely. He's had a really good run tonight.
Yeah, that's 4th position there, Davo. And we saw John just come out of the pits just in front of Mule, didn't we? And Mule not going anywhere either, so...
Not at all.
It's great driving from some of these guys that not normally running around these other sort of names here.
Yeah, definitely.
A little bit out of their normal comfort zone and doing a great job. Steve-O there just
getting out of the action. No, Billings obviously struggled with that Audi all night. We just wonder whether it's a repercussion of maybe some sponsorship deals there, but yeah, he just gets out of the road and watches this McDonald and Mule just run past.
Just make sure we don't lose track of the Aztec Blood Battle as they just come out from the back market. This might create something there, because it's a terrible part of the track.
Yeah.
To be caught on. And
as we just picked up on that, and Gleno's Aston goes a little wide as he tries to size up the situation. Sparks flying from the side of the Aston. Aztec clearly takes Simpson just very quickly, and it's just giving him that breathing space between.
Good little gap there,
which I'm sure he would enjoy, but you know how tenacious Gleno can be, and I bet you that gap will squeeze up pretty quickly.
Actually had a good little battle on the back there as well, mate.
Yeah, for 8th and 9th.
And then we've got Nick at 16 down behind him, so minute 50 to go now, so
Perko
will be the last
front.
lap for those boys. Maybe one more. Perko will dictate if we've got one more to go or not.
Yeah, Perko well up around the back end of the circuit, up past the hairpin as the boys in 2nd and 3rd come across the start-finish line. Well played by Perkins. With one clean pit stop, staying on slicks through a pretty wet race. Yeah, good work. And this battle for 2nd in shoes between Gleno and Aztec.
Still
and
going
like,
on, isn't it?
seriously, this is where the action is, and we've got 50 seconds left in this race. Perkins is going to do another lap,
Perkos
so
will
will
do
be
one
another
more.
lap.
Yeah, there'll be one more.
So watch this space for second position. Like I said, Gleno squeezed that gap up pretty bloody quickly. He's going to have a crack.
Just jump on board with Glenn and
He won't not have a go.
keep it on Perko. Just doing his final lap at full speed. Racing to go.
Gleno whining the Aston up. Trying to get that slingshot off the back wing of the Bentley, but the Bentley's just got the straight line as they dip into 130. Look at how fast that is. Can Aztec stop it? He struggled a few times throughout the race pulling that thing up there.
Glenn with a nice line through there, but Aztec's still able to get a reasonable run out of the final section.
Yeah, good, clean
One to go now.
steering from both. Here we go. They dip into one.
Oh, and a big bit of pressure from Glenn. Just to start the lap off.
Up through the S's. Awesome series of corners there.
You almost probably thought about something there.
Every corner leads into the other. There's no way you can pass up through here. Up out of Dunlop, I think they call this. Glenn right on his tail. No mistakes this time.
Yeah, good drive.
Here we go. Aztec struggle through here through the night. No, not a foot wrong. Not a foot wrong
Sparks
again.
are flying. Glenn's got the run here, mate.
No
Here we
mistakes. Side by side. Ooh, not quite. Aztec gives him the room as he squeezed him enough.
Oh,
It's
we've just
Perkins.
seen Perkos has just won the race, mate. We just can't really help but keep an eye on what's going to happen here for second and third.
Down towards Spoon.
More pressure from Glenn again.
Can he get that Aston just in the right position to get the run off this corner? It's just too much aero wash off the back of the Bentley. Gets wide.
The Bentley
Gets
made
sideways.
a big wiggle there. That would
Here
have
we
lost
go.
him.
What's this?
Oh, Glenn's got him.
Oh,
Which way does it
side by side.
Oh, it's a great
Oh.
drag race. Oh,
Oh.
and a little cover. And that just
Wow.
upset the Bentley enough. Oh, and he's going to bring
What
it.
an awesome finish as the fireworks go off. Well done, Perkins. Well
Well
done,
done,
Gleno. Aztec for third.
Aztec.
Man, what a great battle, buddy. Well done.
That definitely went to the wire, didn't it?
Enright for fourth.
Enright,
That's awesome.
Great drive to come in fourth. Should curse him before he just comes through the final little section there, but job done for Aaron.
He just makes his way down across the start-finish line now. Yeah, interesting race.
Yes, very interesting race, mate, and just seeing the McLaren get a
We got the Bear Grylls, Ashley Rediger battle.
we got John Boy wobbling the car, I think blocking Perko, who has already won the race
Yeah.
on his warm down lap, possibly. Both those boys pulling into the pits there. Job done.
Job
Okay.
done.
I thought the rest of them had a bit more racing to do.
Oh, I did too. I dropped back to Vetiga and Grills there, and they just all slowed up. So
Yeah.
okay.
Couple of boys on track there. May beat on. No, the race is finished. We got the flag up. Okay, sweet, bro.
So boys roll into pits. Oh God.
Should we grab our third place?
Yes, we should.
Drag him down, mate. Okay, into the comms booth there. Our third place winner. Well done, Aztec.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, mate. Congratulations, mate. Hard luck there on the last lap.
Yeah.
Great.
But
Well fought. We thought you had us measure actually there.
Yeah, just that little error on exiting
Yeah,
there
we saw
onto the
you get a
straight.
wiggle there on, and he was able to get down that side of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super unlucky.
Yeah, it was a good race. Exciting. Lots of, weather and shit was great.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, great strategy. That obviously worked for you.
Yeah, I think
Did you
John
go
was out on wets.
Yeah, John was out on wets at the end, yes.
Yeah, I started dries, went to wets, then back onto dries.
Yeah.
And John I think when I came up on him, I could see the tread on his tyres.
Yeah. Well, it definitely kept us guessing up here in the comms box. That's
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
did. It did. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Good race though, and yeah, great watch at the end there with
Yeah, great
you and
watch.
Gleno.
Yeah,
Don't bring up Jim's limo either.
No. Oh, whoops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too
We'll
late.
just slip the merch our way, mate, and we can hook up anything. Yeah.
Yeah, PayPal. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Good work,
See you
mate.
later.
See ya.
All right. Well done.
Who do we get? Oh, Gleno.
Yeah, let's bring him down. Okay, drags into the comms box.
Hey,
Glenn, well done on the second place, mate. Nice move on the last lap, bro. We watched it all the way.
Yeah, nice. Cheers, boys.
Yeah, well done. Well
Hey,
done.
good.
Looks like
Good.
we were pushing really hard for it.
Yeah, well, that middle set of wet tyres was no good, mate. They just overinflated. I had to hang in there till I could hit a fuel number and then put a nice set of stickies on, and they weren't great because it was still wet, but I was hoping it was going to dry, and it played out, actually, so I'm not sure what strategy Aztec was on, but it was a brilliant battle with him.
Yeah, very similar strategy, actually.
Okay.
He went the wet and then the slick tyre at the end as well. That seemed to be the way to go as John Boy put on the wet at the end there, and you guys were over 7 seconds a lap quicker than him when you hold him in. So it was a great strategy. You played the right card, mate. Well done.
Yeah, winged it, mate. Just got it lucky, I think. But you had a good blast with Aztec. Always a hard racer, but good to race with, eh?
Yeah, good stuff, buddy. Great to have you here, and we'll hopefully see you again, eh? Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Thank you.
Well done.
Right, mate.
Yep.
And Mr. Perko, welcome to the winner's circle here, mate. Perko, you were away last week, if I recall.
No,
the week before.
yes.
Okay, excellent. Did we see you last week, mate?
Yes.
Okay, well done, mate. Good to have you back, mate.
Nice
Good
work,
to have you back,
Farmer.
mate. Yeah.
Thank you.
Love your work, mate. Love your work. Yeah.
The weather gods are on my side for that one, I think. If it didn't start drying up at the end of my stint there, I would have been in trouble. Because I'm not sure what my pace was compared to the guys on the wets, but I think I was hanging in there.
Oh, you were smashing them.
You were matching in the middle sector there when they went wet. They were only matching your times. There was no real advantage to them on the wet tyre, and that worked for you. But they were gaining on a couple of the other boys. And then good strategy actually. The only one that really worked for you, John Boy and Aaron, all tried to go long there, and it worked for you. It didn't come off for Johnny, put the wrong tyre on, but
did he?
Yeah, he put the wet on to finish and suffered. So.
What about Aztec? I think he was on the same strategy.
He did 2 stops.
They did 2 stops, those boys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He came in for a wet early and then stopped for fuel and put the dry back on.
Put the dry on the finish, yeah.
It seemed like there was a lot going on and no one knew what to do. So
It was
Yeah,
busy.
roll
It
the
was a
dice
busy
and-
race.
It was
a
like
busy
that,
race.
just rolled the dice and stayed out. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, great,
No, good to
great,
watch.
great drive for you to stay out there on the slick when it just got wetter and wetter too. So yeah, no, full credit for doing that, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, congratulations.
Cheers,
And
boys.
we will no doubt see you again, eh? Couple of rounds to go, mate. So all the best. Good luck.
Yeah, maybe, hopefully. Cheers.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Just
Well,
drop
there
it
we
back
go.
up there. There we go, Dave. Yeah, thanks
Hey.
for that, mate. That was another
Wrapped up
a
another
good
week.
race, actually, with a lot of different outcomes there that we some got right, some got completely wrong, and
Didn't we? But
certainly mixed it up. Not
definitely.
only for them, but also for us. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely kept us on our toes. That's for sure. Yeah, with the weather and the whole enduro thing, but yeah, epic stuff as usual. The points are going to be close. Some big
yes, they will.
challenges.
Josh has dropped out. Be interesting to see where that drops
Yeah,
back into in the points.
and Crossland as
And
well.
Crosby
So
too. So
yeah,
ooh,
a
I
couple
wonder
of
if
big
there's
names.
enough for them to fight back with only 3 rounds to go as well. So.
Yeah, yeah, and especially with Perko making a charge back up through. It's just so much going on. It's
Good
just
stuff.
so much going on. So yeah, can't wait till next week. Awesome.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yep.
Yes. See you next week.
Thursday, 9 p.m. Thank you.
Absolutely. See you. Bye.